Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It is me, it's Paul Carpenter. I am here again. It's been a minute. Sorry it took so long to get back to you. But my friends, we are here to talk about some things. I made some posts, I made some videos. I do that often. And people were very upset with me. Some were, at least, and they said that I was fatalistic and deterministic and sad and depressed and all these things. And I'm not. I'm just not. And I wanted to come to you and say it's not as bad as I've made it out to be. And what do I mean by that? It's this: that nature is beautiful. The thing that we live within is beautiful. This idea of life in and of itself is beautiful. No matter all the trauma, drama for your mama that's out there, you have to recognize one thing. You're alive. You're living a life. You're getting to experience and eat and kiss and give people hugs and all the things that are what life is about. Now, if I may be a little bit heavy about the world that's coming and what is being um, brought to our world, then I can understand. I can totally get it that there's a very weird kind of thing, you know. Um, and it seems as though a lot of people are worried about what they see. And I wanted to share some things with you. This idea of SMART is supposed to stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. But a lot of other people are saying that it doesn't mean that there is the conspiracy theorists out there, and they say that SMART is actually a totally different acronym. So let me look this up for you guys. Then I'll even share my screen with you because I like to do that. And I'll show you what I'm saying here. So if you're looking at where people have said that SMART, as I was saying, if you look at it right here, a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. But if you look up SMART acronym future conspiracy and you do it, then they say that SMART stands for something completely different. Let me see if I can find this. Smart cities, and smart cities acronym. And people are saying that it stands for some. I saw it just yesterday. I did this yesterday. It's weird that it's not popping up today. Huh. That'll throw some stuff at you. So a lot of people have been saying, and I literally just looked this up yesterday, which is really weird. I just showed it to a friend of mine, and that's why it's kind of tripping me out. So let me see if it was surveillance acronym. Let's try to do this like that. That's not true. Well, let's fix the word surveillance first, because that would probably help. There, so they're saying it says self-monitoring, analysis, reporting technology, but the conspiracy theorists out there are saying something else. And where is it? This is so tripping me out, folks. Well, basically, they're saying that it stands for surveillance, smart monitoring tools. Maybe this is it. No. Wow, I can't believe it's not showing up now. Wow, that's so crazy. Let's see if I do 2030 agenda. Yeah, it's not showing up anywhere now. This is crazy. So it was supposed to be like surveillance, like kind of like martial law, all these crazy things. And my whole point of making this video is I've had a lot of people talking to me through LinkedIn and through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And a lot of people are on the side of what can we do now? What can we do right here? I see your projections are 20, 30 years in the future, but what can we do now? And I spoke to Meta AI, and I posted this just recently. I posted this whole thing about how if you really wanted to do something, you can do something very beautiful in your life by just making content, somewhat like I'm doing right now. And just by doing this alone, you can reach at least one person. And that's all that really matters sometimes, is that you reach one person. And I made a video. And then from that video, I had a young gentleman call me who is from India. And we had a conversation over the phone about what is going on in his life, where he's at, what he wants to do, all of those things. And he said to me, and I want to go to my LinkedIn post because I want to show it to you, because I was so touched by what this kid said to me about me just taking the time to have a conversation with him about life, and he was taken aback, and I was taken aback after, because he said this to me, and it was like, that's heavy. So let me take you to my LinkedIn real quick, and let's see if it even pops up. But yeah, so this kid wrote to me on WhatsApp, and he said to me, hey, you changed my life. And I'm like, I did? Like, what did I do? I didn't do anything, And he's like, no, dude, you really changed my life. And I want to read the post if I can find it here. And he says to me that just having the conversation with him, here it is, says, here, I'll just pop it up. It says, hey, man, I just want to let you know that I got an internship at a drone and software company. I just walked in there and asked if they would allow me to learn from them. And the chairman and CEO there told me yes and gave me a job for the summer. This makes a huge step closer to flying cars. And for them, I first need to understand drones. I'm also learning physics and programming and at lightning pace because of that. As now, I have access to the best drones and processors for making drones and developing self-flying. Thank you for telling me that it can be done. If you wouldn't have told me in that meeting that we had, money is the least of your concerns, I would still be doing time-wasting stuff. Your advice changes the entire trajectory of my life. I owe you big time, man. You're a savior, man. You saved my life from being wasted. I live every day getting exponentially closer to my goals. So I read it now, and it kind of messes with me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But so this is the reason. Like, it's things like this that make life worthwhile and make the whole concept of why I make these videos. It's not, again, like when I've said things like, oh, AI is going to take your job. The robots are coming. The robots are coming. It's not Chicken Little stuff. First of all, if you want, look, I'll take this back. Look, I'll show you this. If you go back to my post here, I made a post yesterday and I spoke to Meta, and I spoke to Meta for over an hour and explained all of my books to Meta and all of the ideas that I've had. And it says it has a 74.3% chance that the theories of the future that I have projected will happen the way I said they are going to happen. That's a pretty heavy percentage. And the reason that I know these things is I understand society. I understand humanity, psychology. I've studied so many things in my life that it's apparent to me, like, because I just see it for what it is. It's written on the walls already. We've already etched them in. And the reason for that is because we as a race are a very emotional race. The Stoics, those who were way before us, they knew, they had an idea that we are such a beautiful thing, yet we're so broken at the same time. And there's this thing that brokenness can be fixed. That brokenness can be fixed because we can fix each other. We can share with each other. We can love with each other. This is a kid from India who was talking to me in a room with people running back and forth. He was looking left and right. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, dude, it's okay. I don't care. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're on the street. I don't care. What I care about is you actually finding that thing that you're looking for and not giving yourself these mountains of impossibility. Because what happens is that mountain of impossibility, once you've surpassed it and you look back in your life, you realize that it was just a little anthill. It was nothing. But from where you were and where you were at that moment in your life, it felt like this massive mountain. And many times, this is a great analogy, by the way, many times when we are trying to climb a mountain, we're climbing the side that's sheer and it has no holds for your feet or your hands, and you're just sitting there climbing at it, trying to get to it, and you can't get to it. And so the thing to do at that moment is to step back and maybe even start to walk around the mountain. And you'll find that there's a place where there's a path that goes to the top of that mountain, because so many people have climbed the mountain that you're trying to climb. And they didn't take the sheer route, because doing that doesn't make it easy for you. It only makes it harder. And then you think that the thing that you want is impossible, when reality is it's not impossible to reach any mountaintop. And I believe personally that life is like plateaus. You never reach the top of any mountain. And if you do, you only get to the top of that place. And then as soon as you get there, you either A, want more, or B, you recognize that where you have come is enough, or at that level that you were trying to search for, but you realize there's another level and another level and another level. And so life is plateaus, in my opinion. Plateaus that you go up to the next thing, and you're almost like you're jumping to the next one, and then you have to climb a little more, and you're jumping to the next one, you climb a little more. I've done so many different things in my life. I've been signed to record labels. I've put out art. I've made magic, and I've done DVDs, and I've done all kinds of stuff. I've owned companies, failed at owning companies. I've done all kinds of stuff. And so it's not about the failure. It's about the want to do something. And also I tell people to read this book. Please read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Please read that book, because you'll find out that no matter how much somebody pays you per hour, it's not worth your time. You don't get a lot of time here. And there's this idea that I have that you have a dream that you're born with, or that you create as you're living. And if you take that job that pays you $50 an hour and you're like, wow, I got $50 now, I'm making $200,000 a year now. That dream takes and goes right into your pocket unless you do something that a friend of mine talks about, which he calls the afterburner hours, which means you live your normal life, you do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, pay all your bills, blah, 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 and then you take another 3 to 4 hours every night, and you only sleep 4 or 5 hours a day instead of 8, and you take those 3 hours and you build the dream that's in your pocket while you're working that corporate mongoloid job. Because everybody will tell you, or at least most people will tell you, that the corporate world, the corporate job doesn't make them happy. It's just the way that they are doing whatever they need to do to survive, to live in this crazy world that we're in. And I've chosen to not live that life at all. I've chosen to not have a normal job at all. And sure, I've had little jobs here and there for a month or 2 months or 6 months or a year or whatever. But what makes me happy is making content. What makes me happy is having a friend of mine call me from Miami yesterday. I'll show this to you. And he says to me, bro, I saw this really cool video. And can you make this same video for me? And I said, yeah, man, let me see what I can do. And so this is the video that I made for him. Let's see if it pops up. So this is what he wanted. And he wanted his logo, which is Fusion Fashion Events. And he wanted this as an AI kind of video. And, I was like, yeah, I can make that. That's easy. And he's like, how did you do that so quickly? Now, granted, it wasn't that quick. It took a little bit of time. But nonetheless, I was able to make it. And was it perfect the way it was supposed to be, or this, that, and no, maybe not. But the overall expectation of what he wanted to what he got, granted, it was free. I just gave it to him. He's a good close friend of mine. I'll probably do anything for free for him for the rest of my life because he's done so much for me in my life. But it's the idea that if he would have gone anywhere else, he would have had to pay $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 just for someone to make that small content for him. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's what people are charging. Like go to people per hour, go to Fiverr.com, and people are charging stupid amounts of money. This is why I always say don't gatekeep AI, because it's something that you can't gatekeep. It's just knowledge, and knowledge shouldn't be gatekept. It should not. I think it should be freely given. I think everybody should be able to go to the Library of Alexandria, which is, a lot of people say, go to YouTube University, bro. Like I was changing my brakes on the car yesterday, and that's what someone said to me. She goes, why aren't you using YouTube University? I was like, I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. And comes to find out that I did know what I was doing, but when I was trying to place the brake pad on the inside wall, I was just having an issue. It took me 45 minutes to do one tire, and then I went to the other side and literally did it in 15 minutes, which is what my plan was. My plan was to be able to do it very quick. So, yeah, what I'm trying to get at here is this, that you should be able to do something for someone else while you're here. No questions asked, no money needed, because your small effort for someone else could literally be life-changing for someone else. And that's why we're here. In the end of it all, someone said that it's all about having a passion. And I guess maybe on some level it's about having a passion, but I don't think that your passion will ever lead to anything unless you're actually doing something behind it. And you really need to be able to just give along the way. So many of the great thought leaders of our times will always say, don't be interesting, be interested. And the more that you can be interested in someone else, the more you'll ask questions that they wouldn't have thought of, or they may have never been asked before, because you're so wanting to know about their life, about what they do, about how they put things together. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here right now with you. I want you to no longer be be interested. Be interested in what other people are doing in their life and what it is that you can do for them. Like, you can look at any one of my responses when someone becomes my friend. The first thing I say to them, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't matter. I always say, "Hey, pleasure to meet you. Thank you for adding me. How can I be of service? How can I be of service?" So I want you to try that one out for me, if you wouldn't mind today. Go out into the world, and anybody that you meet, for whatever reason that the ether of life puts them in front of you today, just say, "Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. How can I be of service? What can I do for you?" And see how much that changes the dynamic and the way that your day goes, because it'll really surprise you. And again, be interested, not interesting. And with that, my friends, please, if you would not mind, go out to the world, do something nice for somebody else. And if you can't, do something nice for yourself. It does start with you. Number two, don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff that's going on in this world, because if you do, then you end up a little poopy, and it doesn't do you, me, or good on anybody. Nope, nope, nope. And number three, if you would not mind, please like, share, subscribe, send this out to somebody who needs to see it. And if you wouldn't mind, please put some comments down below. Tell me how you feel about these videos. What should I do? Should I change it? Should I make it different? Send me some hate mail. I'll take anything. And with that, my friends, as always, as I say it, it's right here. Wait, where is it? There it is. There it is right there. It says, "I will see you all on the other side."